but this is isolation, and man, you're gonna feel a burn if you do it right. Hey, Mark McKillier here with Live Anabolic, and I got a fantastic workout for you guys. This is for beginners, and I'm going to be using some adjustable dumbbells. I have 5 different exercises to build a really fantastic, awesome upper body, and you got to stick around because at the very end, I'm going to tell you something that you're not going to expect, and nobody else is going to tell you on what you really need to focus on to build an impressive upper body. Okay, well, before we get into the exercise, I want to talk about 2 different things. First of all, adjustable dumbbells. I love these things, guys. Now, they're not cheap, okay? These are made by Core, but there's several different manufacturers that make these kind of things. And let me show you why they're so fantastic. I come over here, I grab the handle, and I just twist it, and I dial in whatever weight I want. So that's 20 pounds. I want to change it, put it back down, pull it, now I got 30 pounds. Okay, that is how easy and quick this is. So that means I can go from 5 pounds all the way up to 50 pounds with this little device here. Okay, and of course I got a pair of them. Now that saves me from having to buy 10 pairs of dumbbells. I'd have to buy some 5s, 10s, 15s, 20s, 25s, 30s, 35s, 40s, 45s, 50s. Not only is that just way too much, it's super expensive. So even though, yes, these are expensive, you get them on Amazon, they'll ship them to you for free, no shipping, which is amazing. But this is way less expensive than buying a big giant rack of dumbbells. So guys, personally, I think they're worth the investment. You're going to have them for 15 or 20 years, okay? So just kind of amortize the upfront cost over a long period of time, and then you can justify the expense. Second thing is, before we get into all the different exercises for building a really impressive upper body, you guys are beginners. This is for a beginner crowd. So I want you guys to do it this way. We can, if you're a true beginner, okay, you're really starting off, you're not really sure how much weight you're going to do, if you're going to be sore, you know, if you're going to hurt yourself, I want you to pick a weight that's light enough that you can do 15 reps without too much difficulty. Now, when I say reps, I mean using good form, 15 reps, all right? And then you only need to do 2 sets of each exercise. Now, for you guys that are still beginners, but just a little further along, okay, you want to push yourselves a little harder, I want you to pick a little bit heavier weight that you can do 12 reps, okay, with really good form without killing yourself. But you guys, I want to do 3 sets, all right, every single exercise. Okay, that's how we're structuring the workout. Now let's get into the individual exercises. All right, guys, lots of different muscle groups in our upper body, so I have to find exercises to hit each muscle group if you're going to build a really impressive upper body. So before we start, I want to just kind of explain. We got our chest, got your shoulders, you got your biceps, your triceps, and your back. That's a lot of different muscles to hit. Well, guess what? I can hit every single one of those muscle groups with 5 different exercises using nothing more than some dumbbells. So let's start off with our shoulders, okay? Now this is called a seated overhead press. Now guys, you can't use a lot of weight here. Remember, everybody watching this that's going through these workouts, I would consider beginner, okay? That's the title of the video today. So don't overdo it, all right? You can sit on a coffee table like I do. You can pick a chair, a couch, any kind of a stable platform, okay? So get these things up here into our starting position, and then keep your back nice and straight, and just look straight ahead, okay? And you just literally press the dumbbell straight over your head, okay? Now you don't have to bring them down till they touch your shoulder. You don't need to go that deep, all right? All you need to do is get to about here, all right? So where the dumbbells are right at your ear level, okay? And then straight back up. Nice, slow, controlled tempo, guys. Now, whether you know it or not, you're forced to engage your core, all right, when you do this exercise. So even though we don't have any exercises that specifically target your abs today, you're actually going to be using your core in a number of these different exercises because we're lifting weight in awkward positions and your core is forced to tighten up and engage anytime we do something like that. Okay. All right, exercise number 2 is going to target our back. And remember, I told you guys you got to stick around to the very end to hear my secret for building a really impressive upper body, something that you're not going to hear from other people, I promise. All right, now we're going to be doing one arm rows, guys. Now, this is a big, strong muscle group, so you guys are going to, even if you're a beginner, you're going to be able to do more weight, especially more than we were doing with those overhead presses. So you got to get a nice wide base here, guys. And I'm going to be starting with right hand rows, okay? So I'm going to put my left hand on my left knee, bend down, okay? Keep your back straight, okay? And I'm literally just going to bring the dumbbell back to my hip and down, all right? So it's a nice, slow, steady movement, okay? So you don't twist your torso. You're not twisting, okay? All you're doing is bringing your elbow up. So the mind-muscle connection here, guys, is bringing that elbow up and behind your back as far as you can, and you want to bring the dumbbell back towards your waist. You don't bring it straight up like this, okay? So the dumbbell is naturally going to come back towards your waist and then down. So I want you to get a nice full stretch extension at the bottom, okay? You're going to really feel those back muscles stretch, and then they're really going to tense up, all right? So I want you to do 12 or 15 on each side, depending on, you know, which workout you guys have decided to do, all right? And then you just switch over to the other side and then knock out 12 to 15 reps on the other side. So really squeeze at the top. All right, guys, great exercise for building big lats and those big inner muscles between your shoulder blades, okay? Those are really, really impressive, even with your clothes on, because you have that big wide back. And not only that, big wide back makes your waist look smaller. Okay, we've hit our shoulders and our back. Now it's time for our biceps. Exercise number 3 is called an alternating curl with a twist. So we're going to be alternating from side to side, and as I bring the dumbbell up, I'm going to be twisting my hand so that my palm is facing up towards the ceiling at the top of the movement. And guys, boy, nice, slow, steady. I'm not yanking the weight up, and I'm really controlling the weight on the downward movement, okay? That's the eccentric part of the exercise. And this is a great exercise because I'm only doing one at a time. I can really focus all my attention on the arm that's currently contracting. All right, so guys, this is an isolation movement. We're only working our biceps, okay? A lot of these other exercises we do today are going to be compound movements, but this is isolation, and man, you're going to feel a burn if you do it right. Remember, no swinging. That won't accomplish what we're after today. Keep those elbows nice and still, okay? And just focus on the dumbbell and twisting your hand as you bring it up. I want the palm to be facing up at the top of the movement, and then rotate it back down so that the palm is facing your thigh at the bottom of the movement. All right, guys, exercise number 4 is going to target our chest. Now, that's another big muscle group, so you're going to be able to do more weight than you were doing, say, with those overhead presses, okay, where we were focusing just on our shoulders, which is a pretty small little muscle group. So, guys, I've got some more weight here, all right? Didn't take me a second to adjust it, okay? Now, all I do is get the dumbbells back in this position, all right? Now all the weight is resting on the ground, all right? My elbows are on the ground, so I'm not really exerting any effort right now, all right? But it's about to begin. All right, chest press, we're just literally gonna press straight up, okay? And at the bottom here, I don't let my elbows touch the ground anymore. That was just to start with. Okay, now if you don't have enough weight, guys, to make this difficult to do 12 or 15 reps, all right, I want you to make it harder, artificially harder, that is, by going real slow, okay? And so you can really slow the tempo down, okay? And that means we're going to have more time under tension, and that's going to make the muscle think it's lifting a much heavier weight, okay? I get close to the ground, but I don't let my elbows touch, okay? I want that weight to be loading up my chest muscle, my pecs, the entire time, okay? If I let my elbows touch at the bottom, I will deload my chest muscle for a split second, and we don't want that, all right? So this is a great compound movement. We're working multiple joints, multiple muscles at the same time. Big chest is really cool. Okay, the fifth and final exercise today is going to target our triceps, guys. Now, you got to stick around, remember, because after we're finished with this one, I'm going to tell you what I personally think is the most important thing to building an impressive upper body. Now, guys, this is a one-arm exercise, okay? So we got to do our right arm, then we're going to do our left. Now, this is the toughest one to get right as far as the form is concerned. All right, so you got to bend over. And I'm going to try to keep that elbow tucked into my side, and I want to keep it from bouncing up and down. I want to try to keep it pretty still, okay? And all I'm going to do is kick the weight back, and that is the end of the movement right there. This is the bottom. That's the top of the movement, okay? You should be able to see my tricep really flexing at the top of the movement here. And guys, you can just look straight down at the ground, and you're going to just focus on keeping that elbow still, and you're going to focus on pushing that dumbbell all the way back as far as you can, and then flexing that tricep at the very top. So you do 12 to 15 reps on one arm, then we're just going to switch over, get that elbow by your side, and then kick it back. 1, 2. Now guys, you're not going to be able to do much weight at all on this exercise, okay? It's just due to the physics, all right? We got our tricep in a position here where it just doesn't have a lot of leverage over the weight, and hence you can't use much. Now, if you use bad form, you can just start swinging a heavy weight like this, okay? Well, we're not accomplishing much there. So elbow stays by your side still, and just squeeze. Squeeze, and when you squeeze, you're going to feel a really good burn and a really good pump in your arms. All right, you stuck around through 5 exercises, and you want to know what I think the key is to building an impressive upper body. What is the secret? Well, guys, for me, it's something I can't see in the mirror. You won't be able to see it in the mirror either. It's your back. Man, guys, back is so neglected by everybody at the gym because you can't see it, all right? But your back is a huge group of muscles. There's 17 distinct muscle groups in the back. And guess what? You're always wearing a shirt almost, right? Well, if you have a big, wide, muscular back, you look fantastic in a shirt. It makes you look wide. When you're wide like this, it makes your waist look smaller, okay? Small waist, wide shoulders, big back, that's what looks great. That is the upper body that we're all shooting for. Big biceps are nice, all right? But if you got a little skinny back, all right, you're gonna look like this, and your belly's gonna look like that, okay? But you'll have big arms, you'll have a big bicep sticking out, all right? What if you're wearing a long sleeve shirt? You can't even see your arms, all right? Even in a long sleeve dress shirt with a tie on, I look like I have an impressive upper body because I spent so much time on my back. Guys, that is the secret. And it ain't gonna happen overnight, right? You gotta stick with it and never give up on yourself.